Welcome to Inner Authority. This podcast is for people who know that they are capable of more, not in a striving way, but in a quiet, internal knowing. It's for the people who've done a lot right, who are intelligent, who are self-aware, who are successful by most measures, but they still feel that tension inside, like something has gone slightly off track. Not because you're broken, and not because you need fixing, but because at some point you learn to lead yourself from effort instead of trust. Inner authority is about coming back from that. It's about restoring your relationship with your own knowing, your decisions, your direction, not by pushing harder, but by listening more honestly. My name is Kelly Brummer. I'm the founder of Start and Succeed and Inner Authority podcast. Each episode of this podcast is an invitation for you to slow down, to notice what's actually true for you, and to lead yourself from that place again. So if you're done outsourcing your authority and you're ready to come back into alignment with yourself, then you're in the right place. Today, I want to talk to you about why you may be feeling that you're capable of more, but at the same time are feeling stuck. If you've ever said to yourself, I know I'm capable of more. I know it. I'm capable of more. I just know it. I'm capable of more. But you felt unable to move forward in a way that actually feels right. I want to slow this all down for you and talk you through why you might be feeling this. Because this experience, the way that you might be feeling, is so deeply misunderstood. Most people interpret feeling stuck as laziness, busyness, fear, lack of discipline, procrastination. And as a result of that, they respond by pushing harder. They try to be more motivated. They force themselves into doing something, into taking action. And when that doesn't work, they assume something is wrong with them. But what if that feeling of being stuck isn't actually a problem that you need to fix? What if instead it's information? What if it's data? Now, feeling capable of more, but being unable to access it usually means one thing, and that's that you are trying to expand through an identity that no longer fits. At some point in your life, you have become somebody in order to succeed. Someone responsible, someone capable, someone reliable, someone who knew how to perform, to adapt, and to deliver. And that identity likely served you well. It may have helped you achieve a position at work. It may have helped you succeed in business. It may have helped you connect with new people. Whatever that might be, it kept you safe. It earned you approval or stability. But identities are not meant to be permanent. And what happens is when you outgrow one without updating it, tension starts to build. You start to feel constrained by that very version of you that wants to help you thrive. And this is where overthinking often shows up. Not because you don't know what you want, but because that part of you that's got you to where you are today can't take you that step further. It's no longer aligned with you. It's no longer aligned with the part of you that's actually making decisions. And as a result, you hesitate, you delay, you wait for clarity that never actually fully arrives for you. Now, that's not a motivation issue. The motivation is there. It's actually an identity mismatch. So when people say that they feel stuck, what they usually mean is, I don't know how to move forward without betraying who I've been. I don't know how to move forward while still staying as this person that everybody resonates with. And that makes sense because letting go of an identity can feel destabilizing, even when it's limiting, even when it's outdated, because Again, that identity that got you to where you are right now, at one point, kept you safe. So instead of releasing that identity, you try to force growth from inside of it. You push harder. You consume more information. You look for the right plan. You put in place a new strategy. You take some more courses to learn a new skill. But clarity doesn't come from the effort. All you're doing is giving yourself more information, more data that could be overwhelming your nervous system, which means you're never going to move forward into that next level identity. Now, clarity doesn't come from the effort that you put in. It comes from alignment. And movement becomes possible again because when you lead essentially from where you are right now, not who you learn to be to survive or to succeed, that's when you start to move forward. If all you're doing is looking back at the person that you were, the person that has got you all of that success, but you know what you want is so far out of your comfort zone and you need to do something different, there's a part of you that needs to change. You need to step into that new identity, to have more courage, to deliver whatever it is that you're trying to deliver in that next version of you. And this is why self-leadership is not about doing more. It's actually about listening more honestly to yourself, asking different questions. So rather than asking, what should I do? Think about asking, who am I leading from right now? What's the person that sits here right now? And what's it going to take to get me to where I want to be? And when that question is answered truthfully, the next step will become obvious. It's not going to be easy, but it will be clear. And that clarity is going to create power. Now you have to remember, because often we believe that we're behind because we see everybody else on social media and they're doing this, that, and the other. And maybe you had an idea a few months back that you've not acted on it because you didn't have the courage and you were sat in a state of fear. So you might feel behind. Well, just remember, you're not behind. You are right here, right now, doing what you need to do to take that step forward. This is your journey, your path. This isn't somebody else. This is wholly you. So you're not behind. You are not broken. You are standing at the edge of an identity update. And that isn't something that you can rush. It's something to honor. Before you move on with your day, just notice what shifted whilst you were listening to this episode. Not what you learned, but what settled. Inner authority doesn't announce itself loudly. It feels like a quiet agreement inside of you, inside of your body and inside of your mind. If this episode met you there, stay with the podcast and go and subscribe so that you don't have to go looking for this again. It will be here when you're ready to listen. No pressure, no urgency. Just a return to yourself, one conversation at a time.